Hey guys, what's up? And welcome back, my friends. So, I've been making some gold farming videos since gold has been quite a hot topic in the Burning Crusade Anniversary. And then I had a guildie ask me if there was a gold farming way or a gold farming guide for the very lazy people. Because he was too lazy to do what my videos or guides were telling him to do to make the gold. Well, I gave that a little bit of thought, and here we go. The ultimate gold making guide for the very lazy players who do not care to click too many buttons in exchange for some gold. So the trick to this gold making way is to make gold off of other lazy people. How? Well, you just gotta be slightly less lazier than them, that's all. I mean, that really is it. So stick around and find out how to make very good gold almost passively with the least amount of effort and buttons pressed. I mean, the only other way to get gold with even less effort is actually beg for gold in Stormwind or Orgrimmar. Interesting. Maybe I ought to make my next video The Art of Gold Begging 101, the Stormwind Spam Edition. Alright, jokes aside, let's get into it. And guys, as always, if I help you make some gold, if my video saves you time farming, or you find it informative or interesting, please return me the Giga Solid by liking the video and especially subscribing to my young channel. Help me reach more people and grow. I thank you so much. So, for this guide to work, you will need an auction house add-on that allows you to scan the auction house inventory and then display the auction house results or the going rate for whatever item that you're looking at. Now, the most common one is the Auctionator add-on, although I prefer Trade Skill Master or the TSM add-on, as it's by far the most advanced trading add-on that I have ever seen. Now, it is quite complex though, and would require a lot of time to understand it first. So for the purposes of this video, we will be using Simple Auctionator. If you have or prefer a different add-on, that's perfectly fine, as long as it has a feature to scan the inventory and display the results when you're looking at an item. So what we're going to do is we're going to fly around and Instacart or Uber, if you prefer, different things that will sell for a lot more gold on the auction house than what we're going to obtain them for from the vendors. Items that are freely available at various vendors for pennies on the dollar, but will sell several times that at the auction house. Now, you will need a little bit of gold for this, as you would need to pay for the item to the vendor and have enough gold to fly between the points. So without further ado, I bring to you the perfect Uber route for making gold in the Burning Crusade. Now, I'm going to start with a 250 gold to my name, a lot of empty inventory, and we will see how much profit we can turn from that. Now, you don't have to have specifically 250 gold, any amount works. Just the more you invest, the more returns you will see. And I found 250 gold, the golden number, the golden amount that allows me to buy perfect amount of the recipes throughout the whole Outlands. So, first and foremost, go to the auction house and do a full fresh scan. I recommend having a level 1 alt in your capital city to do that, so your main can remain in the Outlands. Now, once the scan is complete, get back to your main, who should be in Shatra City. When buying a recipe or an item, consider the markup you will be able to make, also the usefulness of the item, and the level of difficulty to obtain it. I usually don't buy anything with less than at least 50% in profit from the initial price. Now, there are several vendors in Shatra that sell other sellable recipes, and it is possible to make good gold off of it, reselling them. But due to the ease with which anyone can buy them, they're probably not the best choice. But I guess if you're the next level of lazy, it'll work too. So while in Shatra, visit specialty tailors in the lower city, the Gitch, Ian, and Nasmara. They sell several bind on equip recipes that sometimes can be flipped for good profit on the auction house. Be careful though, do not buy bind on pickup items, as those you will not be able to sell. Your auctionator, however, should not even show any auction house price for anything bind on pickup. So as you can see here, most recipes sold in Shatra don't resell with that good of a margin. Like the spellcloth recipe resells for a profit of 60 silver. That's not worth the hassle. Netherweave bag and netherweave rope, however, if sold at current going rate, will yield about 4 gold profit each. I'll buy those two. Next, Aaron Holman, right next to the tailor vendors, sells some blacksmithing recipes. As you can see, they're not selling at a good margin and also are likely not very useful and not in demand, as they're green weapons which require a lot of materials to make, so they're not good for leveling the skill and will not be used as no one uses green weapons. Not those anyways. So next we'll check with Viggs. He sells few engineering recipes. I'll buy the fused wiring. I can see it is selling for that amount right there. And lastly, Madame Ruby for enchanting recipes. I will buy a few of her recipes for sure. Now we're done with Shatra. Next up, Illyrium Stronghold if you're an Alliance player, or the Stonebreaker Hold for the Horde. So far, I have spent 20 gold, and if all sells, which it will eventually, I will make 45 gold of pure profit. Let's go. In Illyrian Stronghold or Stonebreaker Hold, visit Supply Officer, who is inside the tower here for the Alliance. She sells cooking recipes. I will buy the one with the 200% profit margin. Then the innkeeper next door, also for the 2 cooking recipes. Wow, golden fish sticks are selling for 150 gold right now. Amazing, I'll buy 2. Now they are unlikely to sell for that much, but let's say 25 gold instead, easy peasy. Lily, the trade goods vendor by the entrance, sells a couple enchanting recipes. They don't seem to be in good demand at this time. Now for the Horde, your NPCs are the innkeeper Grilka and the trade goods vendor Rungor. They will have the similar same items for sale. Alright, we are done here, and the next stop is Honor Hold for the Alliance and Thralmar for the Horde. Here you want to visit the Enchanter Trader, who is at the top of the tower here in Honor Hold, or Felania, also in the tower in Thralmar. We'll buy some recipes here. Next, Jewel Crafting Trainer. There are a lot of recipes here that can churn very good profit. I'll buy some that have the largest margin. Next up, Temple of Thelamot for the Alliance and Falcon Watch for the Horde. Check the first aid trader. Sometimes the bandage books go for very good price, or sometimes not. Zangarmarsh is next on the route. First stop, Cenarian Refuge. Fishing trainer June sells blackened sporefish recipe, which has made some good gold for me already. Alliance, visit Telrador, and Horde, go to the Swamp Rat Post. What a fitting name. Now in Telrador, talk to the Armorer. They sell some blacksmithing recipes. And Halloran for alchemy recipes. None seem to be selling good right now, so we'll be moving on. Horde, talk to your vendors in Swamp Rat Post. I'm not sure which vendors sell what, but it should be somewhat mirrored to the Alliance and vice versa. Next, Oribor Harborage for the Alliance, and Zebragene for the Horde. Guys, I'm sorry, I'm probably slaughtering these names. I'm trying my best. There is a cooking and tailoring supply vendors here. Zebragene should have at least 2 NPCs that sell recipes as well. Now, I do apologize for being vague on the Horde-specific towns. I even tried flying over the towns and see what vendors are there, but I keep getting attacked by flying guards and getting knocked down. Since this video is for the lazy people to make gold, it is much less effort for the Horde player to just look around than for me to Google every single vendor and what they sell for the Horde. But you get the idea, right? Go to towns, talk to vendors, look at their buy lists, look at the recipes they sell, and if it makes sense, buy it and flip it on the auction house. Now from here on, I will only cover joint towns that allow both factions. Also, if I were to go to every single vendor, it would be a very long video and a lengthy route that would be unacceptable for the lazy people, right? So, off to the Sporgar. But don't rush. Let's collect a few glow caps on the way. Wait. We're dealing with lazy people, right? I almost forgot. So never mind. Buy the 20 glow caps and send it to yourself. They cost 10 silver each right now. So we'll deduct 2 gold from our pool of 250 gold. We'll COD the glow caps from the bank. And now we're going to the Sporgar. At Sporgar, talk to the quartermaster. He sells 2 unique to him recipes for 1 and 2 glow caps. You can only get these from the Sporgar quartermaster. Suddenly, we turn 10 silver into a few gold. Nice, well done. Next stop, Stormspire in Netherstorm. Make sure to visit the Rashad, the exotic creature dealer. He sells pets that can fetch a lot more on the auction house than he's asking for them. And then his neighbor, dealer Shadikot, who sells potions. Man, this names. Nearby enchanting supplies vendor has some recipes, and dealer Senzik offers some gems that can resell for a lot more. Now, I am almost out of inventory and 130 gold more to go. From here, hearth back to Shatra, or fly if you don't have a hearth set there. We have 2 more stops, Nagrand and Shadowmoon Valley. In the Grand, visit Yuriku at the Telaar for the Alliance and Nula the Butcher for the Horde at Garadar. They both sell some cooking recipes you want to check. Now, with my inventory nearly full and few more places to visit, I'm going to mail some stuff to the bank. Let's clear up some room. I'm going to mail it with the return to sender in the title so I can return it back to me once I clear up some of this inventory. Now, off to the Shadowmoon Valley with 110 more gold to spend. Now, did I go over every single vendor that sells items that can be flipped? By all means, no. Many of the vendors that I have visited while filming this were sold out of the rarest items that they normally sell, and some vendors I did not visit at all. Now, my last stop was Sanctum of the Stars, since I am exalted with Scryers. Here I picked up several last recipes, and as you can see, the vendor then was sold out of them after I bought the last ones. So if the next guy were to come here for the same thing, they would not even see this recipe. So while this video covers a lot, it is also missing a lot of recipes that could have been bought. So as I went around spending the last of my gold, and when it was all said and done, I had acquired a lot of recipes. Now, let's go see what we can sell them for. Suddenly, my 250 gold investment has turned out to be an 1100 gold plus commodity, with some items already selling by the time I finished posting all these things on the auction house. Now, I know realistically it will not all sell right away, and some prices may have to be adjusted or lowered, but still, I would say it's very fair to say that all in all, it's a triple margin profit, even if it sells for 750 gold instead of the 1100, with 350 gold being lost down in markdowns and reposts. It took me a little over an hour to fly my route, hit every town on the way, talk to the vendors, and see what they got for sale. The only downside of this farm is that you cannot rinse and repeat, as your inventory has to sell first. But outside of that, I think it's a pretty solid way to make some gold without pressing too many buttons or killing too many things. Killing anyone, really. What do you guys think? Please let me know in the comments below. I do read and reply to every single comment. Is there an important vendor that I missed? Do you have a special item that you like to flip on the auction house? Please let me know. But meanwhile, thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the Outlands. Goodbye.